Hello everyone. Dear all, in today's video, we will get to know about chapter number 3 from our second book, Snapshots. The name of the chapter is Ranga's Marriage and it is written by Master Venkatesha Iyengar. Let's get to know about the writer. Master Venkatesha Iyengar was born on June 6, 1891. He was an administrator, professor, and a popular writer in Kannada language. He obtained his master's degree in English literature in 1914 from Madras University. Right from the young age, he wrote both in English and in Kannada. More than 123 books in Kannada and 17 in English. His literary works covered novels, poetry, drama, criticism, journalism, and largely short stories. He won the prestigious award Jnanpith Award, the highest honor for literature in India. The main characters of the story: Shyama. Shyama is the narrator of the story and a resident of a village called Hoshahalli. It means in Karnataka there is a village called Hoshahalli. This story belonged to that village. Ranga, the son of the village accountant. Ranga is a boy who went to Bangalore to study. Then third main character, Ratna. She is Rama Rao's niece. Now, uh, before discussing the summary of the chapter, I would like to tell you something about the story. That it's a very humorous story and it is based on the rural setting of Hosahalli, a village in Mysore. The entire story revolves around the narrator's efforts of matchmaking between Ranga, the educated son of village accountant, and an 11-year-old girl named Ratna. The writer also gives a funny description of a village called Hoshahalli, somewhere near Mysore, but not to be found anywhere on the maps. In between come his views on the increasing influence of English and the practice of astrological prediction. The main plot also involves the custom of child marriage prevalent in Indian society during pre independence times. Now, let's discuss the summary of the chapter. Ranga's Marriage by Masti Venkatesha Iyengar is a story about a boy who returns to his village after receiving education in English medium from Bangalore. The boy is the son of the accountant of the village. They live in the village Hosahalli in Mysore. The boy, when returns, the whole village floods over him to see if there is any change in his personality. However, to their dismay, he still has the same eyes and mouth and everything else. The boy Ranga did the traditional namaskara and all dispersed. The story is a first person narrative, and a major portion of the story is in flashback. And I hope that you all know what is the meaning of flashback. It means in past. Whenever we will whenever we start talking about the past, the speaker directly addresses a reader. The narrator is a neighbor of the protagonist. He introduces the story with a difference by first giving a detailed description of their village, Hoshahalli. He praises the mangoes from his village. He asks the reader if she has ever heard of the village. He replies to the question himself, for the village was not located in any of the maps for the English Babas, and the ones in our country forgot to put it there. Then he introduces Ranga, the protagonist, in a time 10 years ago. In flashback, Ranga had gone to Bangalore for studies and returned home after 6 months. It was the time when English was a language, not, and a few people used it. All used to converse in Kannada. All the villagers arrived at Ranga's place and began scrutinizing him. To their dismay, he was still the same old Ranga, and they left disappointed. It means all the villagers came there to get to know about the change which they wanted to see or observe in Ranga. But to their dismay, there was no change in Ranga. However, the narrator stayed back and shared a few jokes with the boy and then left later in the afternoon. Ranga arrived at the narrator's home with a few oranges. The narrator judged the boy and felt it to marry such a well educated and humble boy. However, Ranga had no plans to settle as a married man. He put his views on marriage in front of the narrator that he wanted to get married to a girl who is mature and someone Rangappa could admire. Then Ranga left after the discussion, and the narrator decided then that he would get the boy married. Determined, he began considering Rama Rao's niece Ratna as a suitable bride for Ranga. She was from a big town and knew how to play veena and harmonium. He came up with a plan. He asked Rama Rao's wife to send Ratna to his place to fetch some buttermilk. He requested Ratna to sing and sent for Ranga. Ranga reached the narrator's place and stopped outside the room as he did not want to disrupt the singing but was curious to see her face, so peeped in. Ratna noticed the stranger and stopped abruptly. Ranga came in and the girl left. Curiously, he inquired about the girl, and narrator cleverly played at his words. He told Ranga that the girl was married off a year ago and noticed the disappointment flaring Ranga's face. He was infatuated to the girl. It means he was attracted towards the girl. The narrator was happy as his plan was working. And the narrator Shama, he got happiness after seeing disappointment on the face of Ranga after knowing the fact that the girl got married a year ago. At his next step, the next day, the narrator took Ranga to an astrologer who he had already tutored what to say. It was the meeting with the astrologer when the narrator's name is disclosed. Shama, he was. The astrologer pretended to read the natal chart of Rangappa and declared that the boy was in love with a girl who had a name of something found in the ocean. Shama said it could be Ratna, Ramarao's niece. Ranga's smile was not hidden from Shama, but the girl was married. Later, the narrator took the boy to Rama Rao's home and asked him to wait outside. When he came outside, he confirmed that the girl was not married, that there had been some confusion. After that, the narrator had to come up with something. Even Ranga then admitted that he had been attracted to the girl. He admitted that he had been attracted towards Ratna. Later, a conversation between the astrologer and the narrator is described. How the astrologer says that though the narrator had given him clues, he could have found it all out by himself through astrology. The story moves forward 10 years, or to say returns to the present. Rangappa came one day to the narrator, inviting him at his son Shama's third birthday. Obviously, Ranga and Ratna had been married, and now they have a 3 years old son whom Ranga named after the narrator Shama. This way, the story ends. Theme of the story: mainly, there are two themes in this story, that it embellishes the scene with the customs and traditions of the place. It also highlights the constant struggle to preserve the endemic culture of the place against the winds of external agents and forces like a foreign language like English. It means there was a great conflict between the traditions, between modernity and traditional. Between traditions and between modernity, there is a conflict in the story which is presented very beautifully, very meticulously by the writer. Second, the main theme of the story is the conflict between tradition and we have already done this, and there is another theme in the story, that child marriages should be banned. Yes, we all know that at that time people used to indulge in child marriages, but now the scenario has been changed. The mentality of the people is also going to change, and now in present society, no child marriages are going to take place, and really it's a good thing for our society, for our country. And now glossary and word meanings. Now some MCQs are here, and I hope that you all will try your hand to solve out all these. And some more questions are here, and just work out these questions. And I hope that this video and word meanings and all these questions will definitely help you to comprehend the chapter in a good way, and the question answers will definitely let you assess yourself. So thank you. Have a nice day, everyone.